I'm Sharon Krigler, and it is my pleasure to be your host in the Speaker's Corner of the IFGT. We hope you'll visit our special corner often to enjoy listening to people from all walks of life, sharing their thoughts and answering questions regarding the ongoing transformation of consciousness. Philip Horvath is an international speaker, business consultant, conceptual thinker, and artist, and IFGT is proud to have him as our business branch chair. He serves as a transformational catalyst working with individuals and organizations in transition who realize that we live in a radically new world and who want to create new, sustainable solutions. Philip's passion is to assist people in transforming their lives, be it personal, organizational, or in any arena of human endeavor. Utilizing time-tested systems, he likes to combine applicable esoteric principles with the latest research in cognitive science. Creativity and full left-right brain integration are central elements of what Philip brings to any project. And we're happy to have him here with us today.
Thank you so much. It's been a great pleasure, and I'm excited about where we go from here.
Philip, with the whole world becoming more focused on the idea of a green planet and sustainability, profiting owners, profiting receivers, consumers, profiting the middleman, how does transformational consciousness aid in this process?
I think that transformational consciousness can occur, and you can choose to go there. If you think about green and sustainability and some of those elements that you mentioned, most of those came about when, for the first time, a whole generation of human beings saw Earth from space. And with that, realized that we have one planet. Trash doesn't go anywhere once we throw it away. And if I exploit people over here to have products over there, eventually that will catch up. So suddenly there was a transformation in consciousness that occurred as a result of this new awareness. Then, of course, there's the more active choice to look at some of those transformational technologies as they apply for individuals and say, here's how we can do it for an individual, here's how we can transform a group. And a group can then be an organization, it can be a nation, it can be any sort of system or any community of people that want to transform together. And with that, the shift exists from profit to truly profiting a larger community.
Explain sort of the separation, the vast differences between a traditional business and how it's run, and how you see a transformational business running.
I think primarily they differ in intent and in method. If you look at intent, the intent of a business is to generate profit. Now, in our world right now, we've seen an impoverishment of the word profit, because originally profit meant benefit, something that's forwarding, something that is of service, that actually helps everyone involved and affected by it. So a traditional business right now looks primarily at monetary profit, and monetary profit only, and the goal of a business is to maximize the profit for its shareholders. Now, in a transformational business, what you're really looking at there is to say, how can I profit everyone, in the understanding that we are part of a big system and that we're all part of that same biosphere, part of the same human species, part of nature, to now look at how can I ultimately create benefit and forward and improve the quality of life for everybody involved. So a traditional company will focus purely on creating monetary profit for its stakeholders. A transformational business looks at true profit for the entire system, for the entire biosphere that we're in, all the people involved, the community, and the planet Earth that we live on. So that's the intent. And then there's also methods in that a traditional business focuses on improving the mechanics. You have a structure here, and I look at this old paradigm of the clock watchmaker kind of mechanical idea that here's a structure, and how do I improve the mechanics of it? How do I cut costs and improve my revenue? A transformational business, on the other hand, looks at the meaning that is being created, and looks at to create meaning for the employees, for the vendors, for the customers, for everybody involved. And it creates ultimately focuses on creating meaning for every involved party.
This sounds like a tall order.
It sure is. It's definitely not easy, but at the same time, what else is there to do, right?
And how would you approach a traditional business, speaking to them about morphing into this transformational business?
The first part would be a business is a collection of people, right? So the starting point is always the individual. And personal transformation ultimately results in organizational transformation. So the first step would be to go identify those leaders, identify the thought leaders within the organization, and work with them on an individual basis so that they fully understand the concept of transformational business themselves and understand that their personal transformation and living by example continuously, again and again and again, will ultimately drive that change throughout the rest of the organization as well.
What kind of tools can be used to develop a transformational process itself?
If you think about the word culture, right? Everything has a culture. We have a culture as an individual, we have a culture as a community, as a nation, and also as a business. And within the organizational business culture, you have tools like language, because language shapes perception, right? As I start to use different words, as I start to use different ways of expressing my reality, I with that transform the business as well. And then it goes into rituals, symbols, all these other elements that we traditionally look at in terms of culture that do exist in any business as well. And one of the biggest ones is story. So one of the very powerful tools is to create the individual leaders, support the individual leaders, create opportunities for them to be those people and to be visible to the rest of the organization, so that then their behaviors and their example infiltrates and slowly but surely transforms the culture of the rest of the organization.
Philip, it sounds like a very exciting way to do business. And it's such a pleasure to have you now the chair of the business branch community for the IFGT. I want to thank you for sharing your time and these wonderful ideas with us in the Speaker's Corner.
My great pleasure. Thank you so much.
And I hope to see you again here soon.
I look forward to it.
And best of luck in the business branch chair.
It's an exciting new adventure. So I look forward to building community and opening it up to people. So it is a collaborative effort and it is an open system. So anybody that is interested in joining, please help us transform.
Thank you.